Next up, we have T4X Third Son Astral from the A Dance of Fire and Ice Neo Cosmos OST. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Members get early access, artists, I want to collaborate with you. I have an entire spiel on all this stuff at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, let's go ahead and do this. Third Son, Astral. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a kind of distant percussion, and we are getting two instruments over here, plucked strings of some sort, giving us some arpeggiation. So arpeggiation, or arpeggios, is when you play a chord one note at a time. Totally better. Welcome today. How you doing? So we have here the keyboard. Let's say we're gonna use C major for everything, since it's the easiest one. So we have C major over here. This is a block chord, and arpeggio is just playing the chord one note at a time. That's simple. Of course, we are doing some very interesting rhythms right now. I'm doing fantastic. I enjoy doing this so much. So we're doing these very, very cool rhythms, engaging in what is called syncopation. I haven't explained this one in a while. So before the concept of syncopation, I need to explain to you the concept of rhythm and time signature. So when you're making music, you have three components: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Rhythm, melody being the horizontal lines, the individual lines of your music. Harmony being more the chords, the meta sense of things. It's the most complicated one. And then we have rhythm, which is time. How fast things happen, how slow things happen, when they happen, your beat, all that kind of stuff, which is then subdivided into bars or measures. These are the same term, so don't let the academics gaslight you. So, bars or measures, which are then determined by a time signature. Now, a time signature is going to be made out of two numbers: upper number, lower number. The upper number is going to tell you the number of beats, and the lower number is going to tell you the type of beats that you're going to be using. In English, it's pretty easy to remember. Whole notes are represented by number 1, half notes by number 2, quarter notes by number 4, eighth notes by number 8, 16th notes by number 16, so on and so forth. One whole note contains two half notes, one half note contains one quarter note contains two eighth notes, so on and so forth. So in this case, 4/4 would equal 4 quarter notes, and that's how you're going to count your measure. So your beat is not going to necessarily be those 4 quarter notes, but you're going to be counting 4 quarter notes 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in a hypothetical, you can have as many as you want up here. So you can have 5, 4. So then you're going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That kind of thing. And by the way, the movement I'm doing with my hands, that is conducting, which is a physical cue to give you over here, so that you can get, so you can keep track of what you're doing. If you want. There's so many of these, but yeah, I don't get to talk about time signatures later. All right, excellent. So the concept of then on-beat and syncopation, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and if anything hits during those beats in the time that the quarter notes would hit in the metronome, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is called on-beat. That is on-beat. However, if you hit anywhere else, then it's offbeat or syncopated. syncopated. And syncopation is either against the metronome or against your drum beat. Sometimes these two don't fully align, like it might be over here. So if we use the snap as the hitting, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you have that. That is syncopation. And we are doing that right now while we are having those arpeggios and also engaging in rhythmic displacement, so that we push some of the notes far and some of the notes back, so that you get, let's say we're doing 4/4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that, let's say we're doing that, right? And if we engage in rhythmic displacement, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can really change rhythms around with rhythmic displacement, and all these concepts is really fun. Let's see where it goes. And there we go. Now we bring in, so we now have the lower side, the bass and the drums giving us our beat, and high above we have our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. So we have that. Really cool. Let's see where it goes. Ooh, it's a guitar, it seems, yeah. We repeat. Nice. A little bit of syncopation there, some rhythmic displacement. And then higher up, we're having one more beep in one of the synths, giving us a little bit more syncopation up there. Man, this is really good. Let's hear this. Giving us a little bit of counterpoint. Up, we move around the instruments. We change the rhythm from straight eighth notes to triplets. So let's go back to 4/4, right? So we have the quarter notes being counted, and as I said, one quarter note contains two eighth notes, which means every single one of these will have a matching eighth note. Now here we have straight eighth notes. So you have the number, and then we have "and" to count the eighth notes. So if we were to count quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we start counting eighth notes, straight eighth notes as they exist, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. However, there is a concept known as tupleting, which is to fit more notes, to cram notes together where there would otherwise be a different number. The most famous tuplet that exists is a triplet, the most famous of which being the eighth note triplet. So the way it works is that in what usually would be two eighth notes, in the space of two eighth notes, you are going to instead put three, still all of them playing in equivalent time, because the whole thing here is that these are all distributed equally time-wise, right? So eighth note triplets are going to usually look something like this, and instead of counting 1 and 2 and number and, you're going to count number, first ta and second ta. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you go 1 ta ta, 2 ta ta, 3 ta ta, 4 ta ta, 1 ta ta, 2 ta ta, 3 ta ta, 4 ta ta. And this gives you a more smooth, like triplets sound smoother because of that. And right now we're doing that in a more complex way. Like we're using 16th triplets and that kind of stuff. We're accelerating things, but the overall rhythm has gone from the straight eighth notes or the straight 16th notes, whichever variation we had in this beat, to now triplets, which is going to make the music speed up, and it's going to sound smoother because of that. Let's see where it goes. And we had a quick moment. Okay, two things happened. We had the bass drum there giving us a couple of accents. So accents in music, not to be able to tell whether or not somebody's from Boston or New York. It is for accentuation. Accentuation being when you have something outside of your usual beat there to highlight something else in the rhythm. Right now, the kick drum, the bass drum highlighted certain points in the melody to move around. And after that, we went off the ramp. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic term for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. I think they call this a hook in the electronic music community. I don't know. I don't care. So we're having the, that's besides the point, right? So we're having this off the ramp is a transition, a specific type of transition that makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, kind of like going off a ramp. How do you, this can be as short as a couple of beats. It can be as long as an entire section. I'm almost burping here, but I'm not fully... So yes, how do you do this? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well, which is what just happened. Let me go back a couple of seconds so we can hear it. There we go. We bring in the first drop. We bring the first drop, and we are now mixing the triplets and the straight notes. There will be one more of these. One more. There will be one more. Right now we're doing live, then bribe, then live. All right, so we're bringing the drop. And something important to know about drops. When you're making music, you want to keep a very careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much of the same thing, too much repetition, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, tune out. And they tune out, right? So there is one universal exception, which is solos. You introduce a solo, no matter the instrument, you can get away with it as long as the solo is cool enough and as long as it fits enough, as the material fits enough. And electronic music has one additional exception, which is dropping the beat. When you drop the beat, you can do whatever you want, as long as it sounds cool. So right now, what are we doing? We are using the concept of the triplets. We're mixing it with the straight 8th notes and 16th notes. We're making this cool new rhythm that just sounds really cool. Let's see where it goes. What if I made a music channel called Breakcore Band and I will upload solo songs that are everything but breakcore? That reminds me of a video. It was this band that is their album is called 20 Great Jazz Funk Hits. Jazz Funk Great. Yeah, Throbbing Gristle. They are an industrial band. Their third album is called 20 Jazz Funk Greats. It's 11 tracks long. None of the songs are jazz, funk, or jazz funk. And they have a couple of other albums like that. Like their demo tape is called, I think, the Second Annual Report. Their first album, like their names make no sense. So yes, that has happened. Anyway, let's continue here. We bring back some of that early arpeggios. We're mainly doing rhythms over here. Oh, there we go, off the ramp, and we bring a synth solo over here. We're doing some variations of the motif with this, but now we bring a solo right after the drop, using some of the material we used during the drop now as accompaniment. Clever. Let's see where it goes. Nice. Some rhythmic displacement there. And we do call and response. Call and response being another concept that you can use. It's basically a musical conversation, and it's yeah, one instrument starts, when it ends, another one starts. When that ends, another starts. You can go back and forth, call and response, that kind of thing. I'm going to have to look up the video that I'm thinking of this, but that's going to be for later. So, yeah, call and response, we're having that between the instruments doing solos, which basically just means we are cycling through the different, the different instruments for this. I'm going to have to find this video again. Why didn't I save it? Anyway, that's later me's problem. Let's see. Ooh, we changed the rhythm a little bit. We bring this back and another drop, another build. All right, thank you for hanging out, Nexo. Appreciate it. Okay, we are still using the same tempo, but we are changing the drum beat to speed things up. So, tempo, otherwise known as BPM, which means beats per minute. It's, well, how fast your time signature is. Usually, in this case, it was triplets. Yes. So, we are keeping the same tempo, but we are now engaging in different subdivisions of everything. Now, it is perfectly possible that you could have, and by the way, tempo usually is going to be like, okay, this one equals, the most common one is quarter note equals 120 beats per minute, 2 beats per second, right? And if we were to have a 4/4 where quarter note equals 120, we could also have a, let's see, what could be an equivalent over here? There's also 4/8, where quarter note equals 60. These two are the same. They're going to take the same amount of time. They're both going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The purpose of your time signature will vary depending not just on what you need to count, but what feeling you want things to have. So, yeah. Let's see where it goes. We speed up the drums. Some call and response. And we're doing a quick bouncing back and forth when the drum hits. So this is not entirely side chaining, but we're just doing syncopation. When the drum hits, nothing else is going on, and between the hits of the drums, we are having the what sounds to be an elongated version of the motif. So elongation being a way that you can develop your material, that being when you slow the material down. Let's use a C major motif, and if we elongate it, then we just slow it down. So what is going on over here? We are technically chopping the motif. So instead of going, we are just going against the rhythm. We are engaging in repeated notes to do a variation of an elongated motif. So the motif itself, the melodic shape, is still the same. We are just engaging in elongation plus repeated notes to engage in that. Very cool way. Let's see where it goes. Yep. Oh, we bring back this plucked string and we alternate. So yeah, the feeling here has changed because now we've gone from the kick drum, the bass drum hitting all the time, to now slowing down, distributing the beat going on. So we had the bass drum, boom, 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 boom. Now we're doing it every third beat, because now between each hit of the bass, we put one hi-hat and one snare. And then after the snare, one more hi-hat. So it's once every 4 beats now. Instead of just having the So that is going to change the feeling. It's really important how much your drums can affect your, oh my god, I get to say it, your stuff. If you want to hear another example where this happens a lot more exaggerated, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. In the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater, the guitar is doing the exact same thing for a minute straight. John, 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 John. 1 full minute of the exact same thing, which is called an ostinato, by the way. Then the bass, the synth, and the drums, they change around it, and there's points where it's genuinely difficult to tell that the guitar is still doing the exact same thing. So we're having that right now by just changing the drum beat. Let's see where it goes. Like, the rhythm it's a ska rhythm. Ska. That's why it was so familiar. Yeah, ska. Really fun genre. Really fun genre. It's basically a more fun version of reggae. I love ska. It's been a while since I've listened to any ska, but yeah, it's really good. Let's see where it goes. We change a little bit more of the drums, and we go back to the ska rhythm while we're having those motifs. Ooh, we switch over to the lower end, those column responses. And okay, we do a couple of more runs of everything, recapitulating slightly the different rhythms we did around here, and then we do one last hit, we end it, and there you go. That was awesome. There you go. That was T4X Third Sun Ash Astral from A Dance of Fire and Ice Neocosmos OST. That was awesome. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, I will take a single fanfiction of the choice of the community, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We have a person who offered to do a Discord Nitro giveaway as well. If you want to offer anything else, or if you have any ideas for me to do as well, let me know. Just reach out. We'll make as much happen as we can. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alting, no rat behaviors like that, right? Instead, just share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families friends, with your friends' families. Those are two distinct concepts, by the way. With whatever online communities you might want, and Twitter and Reddit and everywhere. Don't spam people though. Yes, artists. No, use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does, so check it out. Artists. Yeah, if you want to collaborate, Ash Astral or any other artist on YouTube, if you want any of my skills, whether it's my shredding guitars or guitars in general, some Mongolian throat singing by me, you know, the good old kind of thing, or some voice acting or singing, or you need help with composition, anything like that, just let me know. Reach out. We'll make it work. We'll make it happen. And if you're in the audience, you know any artists, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about it. Do not be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of the tier that you're in, you get access to the videos when I schedule them on Saturdays, at least for the LFAs, so become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment in this video. It has the instructions on what to do. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. They're both linked down below. So if you live in Amantoge, Kazakhstan, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch, and they're going to show the schedule in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the recordings of the gaming after shows when they happen. They get recorded on the main channel, on the live stream, and then they go onto the second channel. Link down below, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Third Sun, Ash Astral. That was really good, man. That was insane. Really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.